Hello and welcome back to Blackwatch Intel. My name is Crashy, and today I'm going to be hitting you with prime clickbait. Welcome to today's video. The one thing you didn't realize that was absolutely losing you games. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you what it is, and then I want to give you some explanation. I don't think this is going to be a very long video. I warned some of y'all on the live stream. This is clickbait, and I'm here to tell you because I see it at so many levels of play. Up to Diamond, because that's where I mostly play at. I have been in Masters before, and I've seen it in Masters before, and it's a multitasking deficiency. It's the biggest issue, the number one fundamental thing you need to understand in this game is time management, and when I say time management, I mean understanding when you should be moving in and understanding when you should be moving out of a fight. Offense or defense, it doesn't matter what the game mode is, you need to understand when you should be going in and when you should be going out because of time management. And the reason it's correlated to time management, and the number one thing you didn't realize you were doing that is losing you games, is you are staggering your death. If you have a teammate that dies in a fight early on and you don't have some sign of hope that your team can still win it, you need to immediately give up space, immediately back out, give up the point, give up what you have to give up. Unless you think you can win it, your whole team, unless y'all are all on the same page thinking you can win it, back up and regroup. Nothing hurts a team more, nothing loses you more percentage, gives up more space on the payload, nothing can damage you more than letting a team steamroll you because you never fought as 6 players against their 6 players. So let's lay out a scenario. Like I said, I don't think this is going to be a very long video, but I think it's super important, and for the sake of clickbait and for the sake of giving out something that is not just a clickbait video, something that's actually super informative, let's lay this out. We're on defense, we're running 2-2-2 versus their 2-2-2 for simplicity. My Genji's being a little bit aggro, I'm playing Reinhardt, whatever, and he gets himself killed really early. Now what do? It's 5 versus 6, I can tell on that instant moment. He died as they were coming around the corner on Dorado, first point. Do I A, push forward, jump off of the gas station and proceed to fight them on the point? B, walk backwards? Or C, not know and do whatever comes to my instincts? The answer is B, you back up. You walk backwards, you get a little chip damage in, you get a little bit of ult charge with no risk to your life, and you back up. You wait for that Genji to come back, and sure, you have to make a sacrifice of a little bit of street. You have to give him some of the point. You got to give him some percentage on capture maps. You have to give up things so you have a better chance, and this is time management. You know that Genji is going to be dead. You need to manage your time and his time by staying alive, because if he comes back and, well, Reinhardt pushed forward, I died, I'm dead now. And he comes back and makes the team 5v6. And then guess what? The Reinhardt respawns, and the Genji didn't realize that he needed to wait and group. So he dies. And then it's 5v6 by the time the Rein gets back. And this happens. You need to understand when a fight is won and lost. And there's room for error, absolutely. You're gonna make mistakes. You're not gonna realize that the fight was over. You may die a little bit later, but the more self-aware, the more conscious you are of understanding that time management and knowing how a fight is going down is almost as important as being a mechanically skilled player. This will stop you from wasting time. It will give your team more opportunities to attempt a push or to stop an attack, and it will win you more games. And this isn't just like listen to this pro tip, it's gonna make you win games. It's more of a understand Overwatch, understand the game and how it is meant to be played. I've said this before, I don't know if I've ever said it on the channel specifically. This entire game, what you do in this game is you fight for the team fight. You push forward, you chip, you look for picks, but the whole time you're really just building an ultimate, aren't you? You're really just trying to gain an advantage. You're trying to control the objective, but you're always looking for the advantage. The faster you build ultimate, the more likely you are to win a fight, most likely. The faster you get a pick, the more often you're gonna win that fight because they're down a person. So be conscious of how the fights are going. Be conscious of the death timers. Pay attention to who's dead. You can't afford to waste you know, the 30-second runtime or, you know, the 8-second respawn. You can't afford it. You have to manage the time. So again, to reiterate, the one thing, it's a major thing, and I see it at so many levels of play, that you're doing is you're not managing your time and you're staggering. And it happens, you know, and you will stagger because you're in a bad position. You will get staggered, but don't you stagger. Does that make sense? You're gonna get staggered. They're gonna kill the D.Va mech and they're gonna let D.Va stay alive. They're gonna get their hands on a Widow and they're not gonna kill her just yet. You know, they're gonna stagger you, and that's part of strategy as well, is understanding when to stagger someone, killing someone late on purpose. So don't worry about it, but you need to reduce the amount of times that you're staggering. You need to be a vocal leader and tell people when to be backing up and when to be engaging. And overall, you just need to understand that a large skill in Overwatch is time management, regardless of the fact that it can't be taught. Not really. Regardless of the fact that it's not something you can visibly see in the game UI. You can't see time management. You can't see whether or not a team fight has truly been won or not. And sometimes if the kill feed has 4 deaths on your side, the fight's over. If you're alive, get out of there. But sometimes it's hard to tell. And sometimes those are the times where you put the faith in and you just go all in. But understand time management and try not to stagger. So that's my video today. I really hope that this was informative because it's so prominent that I see this in gold and platinum, and I haven't really played much lower than that, so I'm sure it happens there as well. But I'm seeing it in diamond games, and I feel like it's a fundamental skill in competitive Overwatch that is just overlooked because you're so engaged in the gameplay. And the understanding of not staggering is that you are kind of giving up fun, because it's more fun to be engaged in a fight than it is to hide behind a wall and wait for your teammates. But if you want to win, you have to adapt the strategy. And the strategy is fighting as a full team. So thanks for watching this video. Please do not leave without leaving a like and subscribe for future content. Thanks again, and I'll see you for the next video.
Do you feel your bones start to shake? Do you feel the earthquake? Do you feel the fire inside of me? Do you see the sparks that I'm setting free? Does the beat take you over? You just